Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk about 6ix9ine. His numbers this week are not quite what everyone assumed they would be. I think many thought that he would maintain the viral success that he's had so far in his career, and we're seeing quite the upset this week. I think toward the initial release of his new project, Tattletales, it was projected he was going to do well over 100K, probably end up grabbing that #1 spot and everything, but he actually landed at #4. Couldn't even grab the #2, falling not only underneath Big Sean, who had an excellent new record this week. I mean, a lot of great tracks on it, a lot of fantastic tracks. Not one of my favorite projects of the year, but I think one of his best projects, and certainly one of the best mainstream projects to drop in 2020. I think it's incredible, again, that he has sort of done the numbers that he's done with this record without having a super, mega viral single, and that album being as thought-provoking and as cerebral as it is on some levels. I think it's a record that in a way is kind of proving with these numbers and this showing here is kind of proof that, yeah, the album format is still pretty relevant if you put in the effort and the time and you give audiences the substance of a record that you want to actually hear all the way through. You actually want to replay tracks off of it because there are things that you'll peel back off of it like an onion. Big Sean's come through with that 100K, and Tekashi then fell underneath the two biggest posthumous records to drop recently from Pop Smoke and from Juice WRLD, which again is kind of shocking. But here we are. I think this is kind of further proof of the Tekashi 6ix9ine meme dying. I think the shtick is getting old. While I think 6ix9ine has shown himself to be a really interesting anomaly in the current era of music, maybe even in some respects the way things may be in the future. I hope not, fingers crossed. Ultimately, I think the numbers that we're seeing here is showing that the music is going to reign supreme at the end of the day, because if the records that you're dropping and the songs on them are trash and most of them aren't listenable and they're not put together well and there's no reason to replay them, these are the numbers you're going to do. On top of it, 6ix9ine, with all of his antics and his rap sheet, his past essentially, he's kind of blackballed himself in the music industry. He didn't get the type of platforming that he once did in terms of features, in terms of support, in terms of front paging and playlisting that he did with his last record, which I suppose is also a show of how far your antics can really take you in the industry, because essentially you can push it so far that you're turning the entire industry against yourself. And again, I think it's kind of a big signal here that a guy like Big Sean comes ahead of 6ix9ine this week, because with Big Sean, you're talking about a guy who plays his career and plays his albums very safe. In the lead up to this LP, he wasn't making a whole lot of noise or doing anything that signaled to his audience or anyone outside of it, pay attention to me, I'm desperate for attention. Then on top of it, the album he delivered wasn't just, one ridiculous banger after another where he's just going ass. Meanwhile, that's exactly the formula 6ix9ine is going for, and it isn't doing him any good. Now, like I said in my review of Tattletales, I think 6ix9ine has or had at one point an opportunity to artistically pick up the pieces and then move on from there and continue a career with better songs, better projects, better tracks. But in response to this poor showing and how unfair he thinks it all is, he seems to be kind of digging his grave even further with a series of interviews where he's just talking shit, just tons and tons of shit, blaming it on people are bundling and I'm not allowed to bundle, even though Billboard changed the rules around bundling and made it all very, very explicit and specific. Again, at least from my observation, 6ix9ine has been able to, especially since he has gotten out of prison, really thrive off of the drama, the commotion, the negativity that's been getting fed in his direction. But the thing is, that's only good for so much. That can only get you people's discussion and attention spans for so long. If that's really all that you have going for you, and then you ask people to come in, hey, come on, listen to me for like 30, 40 minutes straight, that's not exactly the type of relationship that you've established with people who are paying attention to you. The relationship you have established is, I hate you, I don't like you, I think you are not good, and I think you are bad, and I will sort of click on some things that you've done and things that you've said because I want to gawk at it. I want to sort of, get a bit of a 2 minutes hate thing going and just, which I guess everybody needs that outlet every once in a while. But once you become that outlet for people, you're not going to be able to kind of build a foundational long-term career type of relationship off of that. And again, when it's just hate and negativity that's fueling the attention on you, there will be newer and more hateable people and faces to come down the pipe in the future. Eventually, people will just get tired because the 6ix9ine shtick will get old. Once more, the only way out of the trap that he has put himself in, I think, is better music, is legitimately good music, impressive music. And I don't know if he sort of sees that as an option right now. And I don't even know if he has it in him. He certainly had a sound and a vibe when he came onto the scene, but whether or not he really had the capacity to achieve anything else was always kind of up in the air to begin with. And right now in this moment, it seems like the potential for that to happen is even less so. So through a combination of figurative self-immolation and what seems like some conscious industry limitations, 6ix9ine's future is looking kind of grim right now. Don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you feel like this is a sort of a hump that 6ix9ine will eventually overcome, or is this kind of the end of this meme right now? Are people getting sick of this tired and desperate joke? Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, forever.